In the book of James chapter 1, he said, the trying of your faith. But what are these trials? To help simplify for us, go to the letters of the word trials, the trials that could come our way, test and temptation. In James chapter 1 verse 12, he said, when you face temptation, reviling and rejection of men. Matthew chapter 5 verse 11 to 15, it talks about being reviled, being rejected of men, like other prophets were rejected. Impediment in the flesh. In Mark chapter 7 verse 12, it told about a man who has impediment in his flesh. And Paul the apostle in 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 7 to 9, he spoke about the thorn in his flesh. So a man of God, a minister of God, sometimes we have bodily challenge, and yet we keep trusting the Lord. Affliction of the righteous. In Psalm 34 verse 19, he spoke about the affliction of the righteous. Many are the affliction of the righteous, but the Lord delivered them from them all. So they can be delivered. Losses and lack. In 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 27, 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 27, it says, in weariness and painfulness, in washing often, in hunger and thirst. Sometimes we suffer hunger. They said, no, I thought they said God will never allow lack. Sometimes there can be lack. Sometimes there may be a little challenge. And so when we have a believer among us who is challenged at the moment, is in poverty, don't always think that he's poor because he's lazy. Don't always think that he's challenged because he's doing nothing. It's not always so. In hunger and in thirst, in fasting often, in cold and nakedness. Help those you can help. The last letter is S, storms of life. In Mark chapter 4 from verse 35 to verse 41, we see Jesus was in the boat asleep, and yet the disciples had storms. There was storm all over the sea. The presence of Jesus in the boat did not stop the storm from coming up. Despite Jesus being in the boat of our lives, sometimes we have storms of life, but with assurance we have is this, that Jesus is in our boat. We can sail through to the end.